Hi friends, we're here with Catherine and we have a violin here which is on consignment with us. This violin, just a quick background, it's thought to be probably Bohemian, circa 19th century. So if you're like me, I'm like 19th century, isn't that 1900s? No, 19th century is typically 1800s. So I would just looking at it guess it could be anywhere 1850 to maybe 1870, 1880-ish. Could be older, could be a touch younger, but that's why we say circa. So this violin currently belongs to an alumni, a graduate of Texas Christian University. If you're not from Texas, we just call it TCU. He's moved on to bigger and better things, and it's time to bestow this grace onto another learner or a professional. So all that said, we have Tomastic Vision strings on there. They are a bit seasoned. They could, use a refresh. However, considering all that, we'd love for you to hear how it sounds, and we'll turn it over to our professional, Catherine.
So already from the start, this instrument is of really, really amazing quality. It has such a clear tone, and it has this beautiful, bright yet warm sound to it. It's almost honey-like from just underneath my ear. It's just so beautiful. And it kind of looks a little bit like honey too, so it's kind of very fitting. But it just has this beautiful, clear tone. It's extremely it just really, just to say this kind of weirdly, it really sounds like a violin. Like it has that really like classic violin sound that you hear from like, these advanced players and in, orchestras and in different settings such as that. But it just has this very beautiful, almost like soprano sound to it. It's really, really lovely. You want to hear all the romantic violin music on it. It's very, very beautiful. One thing I really love about this violin is its ability to switch colors almost like in an instant, which is something you want for these advanced pieces. If you're playing for an orchestra or especially solo music, you want to be able to, change the scene, change the color right away. And this violin really upholds that very well. Um, and the dynamic range, it does go quite soft, but it's more of a soloistic soft, which is really cool. It's kind of like what you see in movies and in TV shows or in theater, like stage whispering. How it's obvious on stage that they're whispering, but you can obviously hear it. It fills the whole room, but it's, you know that they're speaking softly. And so this instrument has a really nice stage whisper because you can tell that I'm getting into, that softer color, that softer dynamic, and it's become smaller, yet you can hear it everywhere in this room. And, I'm obviously not across the room, but I can tell that it's really just projecting so beautifully. And I love how it supports my vibrato as well. It really responds very well to vibrato. I've noticed some instruments can't really do that, that I've tried in the past, and this instrument really supports and projects the vibrato quite well, which is a tell of the instrument, but I have been practicing my vibrato recently, so I think that plays a part in it too. But it really has been showcasing, it's really showcased that quite well. And then so far I'm about to play a piece that goes a little bit further up on the G string, but so far it has a really nice healthy G string sound. So, but we're gonna put that to the test. So far, I didn't hear any wolf tones. I'm going to play that again just to give myself a second pass at it, but I didn't hear any wolf tones, and it just has this really powerful sol G sound. Now, I think, in my personal opinion, with a fresh G string, I think it'll have even more sound. But so far, even with these, as John put it, seasoned strings, I think already it has a very healthy and nice sound. So I wanted to give myself a second pass at it because I wanted to adjust my contact point a little bit. If your contact point, a little bit of violin information here. If your bow is not quite in the right contact point, you can lose a little bit of sound, especially when you're sol G. And so I just wanted to make the adjustment because I think I was a little too far down, and that really opened up a lot more of the sound. So if you're playing that piece, the Saint Saëns Violin Concerto number 3, if you're playing that piece, make sure that you're checking your contact point, as I just did just now. But it has, I really love how it has like this very powerful G string sound, which is important for a lot of important works, such as the Saint Saëns Concerto, but a lot of major works have a lot of that high G string repertoire. So it's just important that the instrument is able to sustain that as well. That was a short excerpt from Chartist. This instrument gets better false harmonics than my viola does. That's so cool. The false harmonics is whenever you these are unprofessional terms here. You pinch off the string and you essentially divide the string at a point to create a false harmonic, because the strings will have its natural harmonics at the divisible points in the string, but you can create a false harmonic by creating a new starting point, and then you touch your finger down. Maybe I'll make a longer video about that later, but I hope that kind of explains it in a short term. Some instruments, when you play false harmonics, it sounds like cardboard. Like, I'm not even kidding about that. It actually sounds like cardboard on some instruments. But it was like the most beautiful like little flute whistle. It was very lovely, very warm, had a nice rounded tone to the false harmonics. Different strings can help with it, but in my opinion, ultimately it's up to the instrument to be able to support these false harmonics. Overall, this instrument has just like a really big and powerful sound. I would want to hear this instrument in front of an orchestra, just my opinion, but it just has like this really raw, powerful sound that does performs solo music so well, like concertos and classical music. It really has that sound that you want to hear in those professional settings. So if you're a student looking to upgrade to like a professional instrument to move into those areas, it's really a perfect instrument. Or if you're already in a professional setting and you're wanting an instrument that has more of that bright warmth that this instrument has, this is definitely one to check out for sure. But overall, it's just so lovely. It's really one of a kind. And on top of that, just something that I've noticed about this instrument is it has like this kind of like that rough, raw quality to the sound that really evokes a lot of emotion. And in my opinion, that's really what having a violin like this is all about, is be able to evoke emotions and to paint pictures and etc. And in the hands of a better violinist, I think that violinist will be able to portray that a lot better than I can. But just so far in my hands, I think this instrument does such a wonderful job. So yeah, great job to this Bohemian violin.
Super awesome. I always like to write down words that come to mind when I hear it from, not being the player, not under my ear, but, the clear, full sounding, large sounding. I know that's kind of weird to say, but from a small violin to have a cavernous, just a really large sound is gorgeous. And of course, emotion, you have that. I always refer to like the Wizard of Oz opening credits or whichever, to where it's just that rich, nostalgic sound. So I love these front row concerts. Online listeners, I would love to hear what you think. And once again, props and bravo to Catherine. Oh, and I do want to add too that this is an international violin. It was originally bought in Brazil, and it has made its way to the United States. It has gone through 4 years of schooling, and it is time, the violin has said it is time to pick its new owner. So if you are it, here it is. The world is aligning and the stars are lining up. So I will stop jibber jabbering and I will say thank you, my friends. Play on. Surprise, we're back. It's like the movie to where it ends, but then you get the after thing. So I wish you could have seen this after we said, goodbye, play on, my friends. Catherine immediately was like, this violin sounds so great. The bass is amazing, and did this little jig, and I'm like, we need to do some fiddle tunes on it. So here's your extra. Here's Catherine. Here's
this is my Marvel movie moment. juicy. Ooh, like when I hit the bass. I don't know. Oh, I'm actually like, oh wow, lost for words. I'm not even gonna lie. Like I love the bassy notes, and something that I haven't been able to do on a fiddle instrument in a while is as I was playing some of these open strings, I was actually kind of controlling the overtones, which was like the coolest thing. Because if you play it at certain dynamics, you can really dig in or back off of some of the overtones. And it was really cool under my ear. When I play this chord, I'm hearing that note. But when I dig in more, you can hear it a lot more. So when you adjust the pressure of the bow, I shouldn't say pressure, the weight of the bow, there we go. Ooh, I went back on what I tell my students, never say pressure. But when you adjust the weight, you can like either dig into the overtone or you can back off of that overtone, which is so cool. It's so cool. Instrument. It's so great. It has that quality. Like, I need this to be in a cowboy movie, like, as soon as possible, honestly. Like, someone get this violin and go put it into a soundtrack ASAP. Now, because this is a classical bridge, it is a smidge harder to shuffle on it versus having a fiddle bridge where it's a little bit flatter, but the percentage of ease is like 7.2%. So it's like a smidge harder, but it's like, we violinists can afford the extra effort. But it's really not that much difficult. Obviously having a fiddle bridge is going to make it like that 7.3% easier. But it just has like, again, if you watch the other demo, it has that like kind of like roughish kind of sound to it that in my opinion sounds like so perfect for fiddle music, especially for shuffling, because it's like kind of gritty. It's a little bit of, it's like, it's a little bit of crunch in your PB&J sandwich almost. So it's very nice. But those are the fiddle tunes that I have for now. And I just think that this instrument just doubles so perfectly for fiddle and for classical music.
Those drones are amazing. I'm almost like, I would be curious how the Midnight on the Water would sound, because I mean, this thing is just, the depth is phenomenal. Like, I'm not even trying to puff it up or anything, but this is, this and the Van Dorsn, if these two got together, it would drown the world. So I think Catherine might oblige us. Let's see what we got.
Wow. Yeah, you're right on the money, John, because that's beautiful. Very, very drony.
Thank you for playing that as a young man that grew up near the water and in Florida. Like, I can tell you that takes you right back to Midnight on the Water. It's so serene, calm, but so deep, and it's phenomenal. So thanks, play on, and I hope friends that you enjoyed the little extra. Please leave a comment. We always love to hear what you think. If you're looking for a professional fiddle, professional orchestral instrument, or just an all-around awesome instrument, well, here it is. It's calling your name. Thanks, my friends. Play on.